For me, this is going to be a very tough video to make because it kind of sets in this harsh reality that now surrounds Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. That's not saying that I don't believe that Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis can work out long term, but there have been serious questions going forward about how productive this tandem can be. When it comes to Luka Doncic, I don't think anybody's going to question that he can be a number one scoring option in this league. If you did question that, I think you would be silly. Luka Doncic is one of the best scorers in the game of basketball. What he's doing this season shouldn't get slept on. He's had a monstrous start to his career, and the chances are he's only going to continue to ascend. But unfortunately, the Dallas Mavericks feel like they've been going in the opposite direction. At the time that I'm making this video, the Mavericks have 14 wins and 15 losses. This team is a season removed from being the 7th seed in the NBA playoffs and finishing at 43-32. That's a 57% win percentage. When you have a young star like Luka Doncic, you want your team to be ascending, not descending. The Mavs are in a tough spot because while they have their franchise player, maybe franchise players, they still need more talent. But coming by talent in the NBA isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. The Mavericks at this very moment are too good to be bad and too bad to be good, which currently has them in basketball mediocrity, meaning they're not bad enough to pick top 5. And perhaps they might not be good enough at this very moment to make a deep run in the playoffs. Last season, Luka shocked the world. He put everybody on notice. He gave the Clippers a run for their money. And if Kristaps played the full series, I think the Mavericks might have gave the Clippers a lot more than just a run. And that's the problem. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. If you guys enjoy my content, the chances are you'll probably enjoy my streams. The link to my stream is going to be in the description below. In that same description, you'll also find the link to my football channel, which if you are a football fan, I would definitely advise you to check that channel out. I feel bad for Kristaps. I feel like this is somebody that had the potential to be all world with the New York Knicks. And now he's in a great situation in Dallas, but this situation is getting messier and messier by the day. I might get some hate for this, but in New York, in my opinion, I felt like Kristaps was a different beast. Yes, the numbers are more efficient in Dallas, and that's what happens when you get placed in a good to great offensive system. But in New York, Kristaps was the guy. Kristaps could pull up from deep. He was 7'2", 7'3", athletic. This guy was kind of like a prodigy. That might be a small hyperbole, but it truly felt like his skill set was revolutionizing the NBA. And everybody was looking for the next Kristaps Porzingis. In Dallas, Kristaps is bulked up. He's become much more of a spot-up player. And while we still see flashes of the NY athleticism and fluidity, it feels like those flashes only come every so often. I understand why Kristaps bulked up, but in today's NBA, it feels like the name of the game is versatility. Kristaps' bulk has made him better on the interior, but it's made his perimeter defense so much worse. This whole thing is kind of crazy because I'm talking like Kristaps isn't averaging 21 points per game, like he's not snatching 8 boards per game, and like he's not shooting 47% from the field and 35% from the three-point line. Kristaps is a beast, and I'm not going to argue that, but sometimes you're only as good as your availability. The Dallas Mavericks have played 29-30 games this season. Kristaps has only played in 17 of them. If Kristaps was healthy this entire season, I think the Mavs season looks a lot different. Then again, with Kristaps active, the Mavs are only 8-9. As of late, reports have been swirling around that the Dallas Mavericks are trying to gauge interest in Kristaps Porzingis. They're trying to see exactly what they could get back for him on the trade market. While Mark Cuban has actively denied the reports, saying they're not accurate, and we have not discussed a trade with him at all, it hasn't happened, I think there's some validity to them. All too often in the NBA, we see GMs, we see owners say that a player is not going to get traded or not on the market, and then that player ends up getting traded or is in fact on the market. I always say where there is water, there's typically a leak. A few days before Chris Paul got traded to Oklahoma City, Daryl Morey told him that he would not be traded to the Thunder. And then even more recently, we've had Silas say that Boogie getting released is nothing more than a rumor at this point. For Boogie to be released a day or so later. The NBA is a business, and Mark Cuban understands that. This guy is on Shark Tank for a reason. Supply and demand. If somebody knows you're liquidating an asset, they're going to offer less for that asset. But here's the thing. I don't think Kristaps Porzingis is going to come cheap. I think the Mavericks are going to do everything in their power to make sure they get a more than fair return on a deal that involves Kristaps Porzingis if they actually were to trade him. And that's the reason that I think the Golden State Warriors trading for Kristaps Porzingis would be a major mistake. Dallas knows that the Warriors are a team that wants to make the playoffs this season. They want to cash in on Stephen Curry's prime, and they want to do more than make the playoffs. This is a team that wants to make noise. Reportedly, the Dallas Mavericks have reached out to the Golden State Warriors to gauge interest in a Kristaps Porzingis trade. When I initially saw this, the first thing that came to my mind is that the Dallas Mavericks are asking about James Wiseman. And if the Dallas Mavericks are asking about James Wiseman, if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm hanging up the phone and I'm saying no. Because I believe that James Wiseman has the potential to become something great in today's NBA. Wiseman has all of the skills. He just has to put everything together. This guy's only 19 years old. He's scoring 12 points per game, grabbing 6 boards, recording a block per game. He's shooting 41% from the three-point line and 50% from the field. This guy's ceiling is the roof. There is no ceiling for James Wiseman. Would Kristaps be fun in Golden State? Of course. Would Kristaps make the Golden State Warriors a better team? Yes. If he was healthy, the easy answer is yes. But that's the thing. We just don't know what Kristaps' future holds. And I think that's part of the reason that the Mavs may be trying to inquire about other teams' interest in him. Personally, I love the Warriors' small ball lineup with Draymond Green at the 5 position. I'm not sure this team needs to go out and get another big name big to make noise this season. But of course, if I'm Golden State and the Mavericks call me about Kristaps Porzingis and they make a reasonable offer, then I'm going to listen at the least. In the comments below, I want to know what you guys feel like the value of Kristaps Porzingis is, because there's a chance that it's really nowhere near what I think it is right now. If it isn't, then I wouldn't mind seeing the Pelicans make a move for Kristaps. If the Pelicans had a competent stretch big at the 5 position, their offense would be virtually unstoppable. But here's the thing, for New Orleans and Van Gundy, offense has not been the problem. Who do you think should trade for Kristaps if he's available? Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.